one of the good things that have happened to us is that we went from the very warm states up to the colder states. As the weather gets colder, we have to react a little differently, and the RV needs to do certain things that we're just not used to. And it's good because we're being introduced to each one slowly. We keep making mistakes, we're just not ready, but these things are happening slowly. So if we were started RVing right off the bat, right into, let's say, winter weather, oh man, it would have been just brutal. So the fact that we started out in South Florida where we're comfortable and we know, and we had lots of times to prepare, and then it keeps getting colder and colder and colder, and we keep making mistakes, this is good because we're learning from them. So the one that we really learned from this last place that we were in Ohio. Yeah, we were in Ohio, which we went to Chicago while we were there. It was very good stuff. Actually, around midnight, I was getting ready to take a shower. We had no water. It was just the shower started going, and a few seconds later, drip, 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 it stopped. So obviously, the water line froze, which we had heard could happen, but we really didn't prepare for it. People told us to get heated hoses, which we went to a store and we found it for like over $100, and we said no. The spigot had like a little drip to it, and it was splurting out just a little bit of water. In doing so, it just kind of covered the grass in front of it, icicles forming on the grass blades. So when I stepped on it, it just went crunch, crunch, crunch. The water filter had frozen, then the hose had frozen, and I touched it. It was the inside. I could tell that it was ice, and pretty much I didn't have a flexible hose anymore. I had just one long stick, just ice. So obviously I knew that was the issue. It just made sense. Take out the hose, put in a new one. That's exactly what I did. Now, unfortunately, my water filter was frozen, so I couldn't use it. But I disconnected that hookup, that setup, hooked it up to a brand new hose, and we had water right away. It was good. It's good. Now, based on other people's recommendations, was to put a ceramic heater inside the control panel. Now, I'm not completely 100% sold on doing this, but it was nice and toasty in there, so nothing was frozen. No chances of broken pipes or anything like that, at least in that panel. So I'm glad I did it, and I will continue to do so. Anyway, lessons learned. Pretty interesting. So cold, we're just not used to it, in Puerto Rico, when it gets down like to 70 degrees, shut down the island. It's gonna snow. That's just how it feels. But here, 30-degree weather, oh my goodness. And I thought maybe it had to be below 32 for a few hours for things to freeze, but as midnight, it was like 30 degrees for just about an hour, and that's all it took to freeze my hose. So I don't know why we kept ignoring it for so long. We shouldn't have. We should have just, taken other people's recommendations. I'm not a fan of spending over $100 on that heated hose, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do that anyway. There are other ways that you can MacGyver your way into a heated hose. I'm not sure what we're going to do. The fact that I can just replace the hose and be done with it may just be enough, because we're not looking to stay in this kind of weather for too long. As you can see now, we're headed south, and we're going to keep going south. I think the furthest south we're going to go right now is Louisiana, and then we're going to start heading west towards California.